We have 25 Amazon pre-prime sales on tech. Let's get into it. Welcome back. As you know, Prime Day sales are coming up on July 16th and the 17th, but there's a ton of sales early, and I call these the pre-Prime Day sales on tech. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to go through about 25 different sales on Mac products, Sony products, Samsung products. So sit back and relax. And then tomorrow I'm going to do my main Prime Day sale video. So definitely subscribe for that video coming up. I'm going to have even more great sales on that one. But these are actually before Prime Day. These are some great sales on tech. Let's get into it. All right, so we're going to start off with a couple Apple products first, being a Mac channel, right? But then I'm going to get into a whole bunch of other products, a whole bunch of other tech, including some from the Windows PC side, TVs, headphones, you name it. So let's start with the first product right here. This is the Apple 2024 MacBook Air, the base model, 13.6 inch. You can see it's on sale right now, 18% off. Pretty good sale from Apple. It's usually $10.99. It's $898.99. Again, you can almost get maybe in the 900s for this normally, but this is a couple bucks more off of that. So I think it says a limited time deal here for $898, but still, the M3 chip, it's obviously the base model. I would recommend maybe 16 gigs of RAM if you can swing it, but if you can't, for school and stuff, this is a great deal, and it'll probably be available over the next few days. All right, product number 2, let's take a look. It's from Apple also. This is the Apple Watch SE 2nd Gen GPS version 40mm. This is pretty specific though. This is the Midnight aluminum case with Midnight sports band. You can see the color combination, but still 24% off from an Apple product, directly from Apple. This is not like refurbished, this is brand new. You can see it's, what is that, 60 bucks off right now. So usually $249, $189. Really good deal right now. Obviously, these things come and go, so if you're thinking about this and all you need is the SE watch, kind of a basic Apple Watch, this is a big, pretty good pickup. All right, so now we have some more normal tech. So if you're basically a photographer, you'd like to take videos and stuff, or you just want to use a lot of those little SD cards, here's a really good deal right here. It's Lexar 128 gigabyte 2-pack. So you get 2 of these, both 128 gigs. You can see them right there. It's basically up to 150 megabytes per second. So this is going to be good for 4K editing. If you're, if you have a camera like a Sony camera where you're taking, video or something at 4K, this will be perfect for it. But right now it's 23% off, only $30.99. So it's roughly like $15.50 for a 128 gig SD card like this. So not a bad deal right here from Lexar. I've actually used this particular card. It's worked really well. I've had no failures with it. So for all it's worth, I think this is a pretty good deal. All right, this next one I think is one of the better deals on this whole board here. So take a look at this. This is the TLC right here, 85-inch Q65 QLED 4K UHD Smart TV with Google TV. So you can see here, usually it's $15.99. It's on sale for $8.99 right now. It's 44% off. Now, it's 85 inches or 84.6 inches. You can see right here. So you can imagine this thing is massive. And so, 65-inch TVs are huge. 75 are even bigger. 85 are just ginormous, right? And here we go. So for $8.99, I think this is probably one of the best deals on an 85-inch screen here. TCL makes pretty good TVs, obviously. And it does say that it has, let me just in here, it says works with Alexa streaming, but it does have the Google TV built into it for kind of the smart TV. So if you do like that, this is an option here. You can always plug a Roku into it as well. So anyways, I thought that was a really good sale there. And I'm kind of thinking about it. If you have like a basement or something, 85-inch TV is pretty incredible. All right, a couple other TVs here. If you have a kid or something, a kid's room, and you just want a burner TV where if they destroy it, you don't care. Here's one from Insignia. That's the Best Buy name brand. 50-inch class F30 series LED 4K UHD. Right now on sale for $189, so 37% off. Usually $299 for a 50-inch. $189 now. I remember maybe 10 or 15 years ago, these things were going to be $1,000 for a 50-inch. Now it's $189. Can you imagine? It's like cheaper than, going to an expensive dinner out or something. So if you need a cheap TV, my sister has this TV, not this exact model, but a little bit bigger. I think hers is 55-inch. Works fairly well, right? It's not going to be the best TV out there, like I said, but for the price, $189, if you need it for like a garage or if you want it for like just an extra room or something, it's going to do the job, and it's really inexpensive. And then we're going to wrap up the TVs here with another TV. Then this is actually a pretty good, that's a new brand. And if you like Roku, obviously you're going to like this one. This is the Roku 65 Plus Series 4K Dolby Vision HDR10 Plus QLED. It's a mouthful. Right here, it's $498 though, 17% off, usually $598. So this is going to be a 65-inch Roku TV. And if you know that, obviously, it's going to work perfectly if you like the kind of device for watching all your shows and everything. It's going to be extremely compatible with it because they're the ones that made it. It's actually got really good reviews, 4.5, and I've heard a lot of good stuff about this out of 5. And 65-inch, again, for $498 is a great cost, especially, obviously, if you're going to buy a Roku player or something like that, you can remove that cost because it's built into it already. So it's even cheaper than that. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. It says these are all kind of limited time deals, so you got to jump on them, but still pretty good for an extra TV. We have a couple Amazon products next if you're kind of in that ecosystem. Here's the all new, this is going to be 2024 release. This is the Amazon Echo Spot right here. It's got a smart alarm clock, and it's got basically a vibrant sound, it says, and Alexa. So basically it's a clock, radio, or whatever. You can set alarms on it. You can do some special features with it. It's got obviously a speaker built into it. But realistically, it's $79, usually about $80, but $44.99 right now, 44% off. These are all going to have to, you have to have Prime with this, so make sure you're logged in your Prime account. But I thought, for what this is, it's got music, display, smart home, alarms, privacy. It's got all that stuff built into it for $44. Obviously, they're trying to get you into the ecosystem. It's kind of a loss leader for them. But still, 50 almost it's getting close to 50% off, so it's a pretty good deal right now. And then the only other Amazon product I have in this list as well, this is going to be the Echo Show 8. This is the 3rd gen, so it's a little bit older, 2023, still not that old. It's got an 8-inch screen on it, HD, Alexa Smart Display. Same thing, so it's 43% off now. Usually it's $149, $84.99. Really a good deal. So obviously this is going to be where you can, it's a smart display, so you can obviously use it for a smart home or something like that, but you can also look at like Prime Video, Netflix and stuff. Maybe put this in your kitchen, listen to music, watch a show or something. So overall, I think it's a pretty good deal. You can listen to music on YouTube and stuff, or even Amazon Music, I'm guessing. Anyways, $84.99 is a really good cost for this. It's one of the lowest I've seen. Again, you need Prime account for this, like most of these deals, but still, when you're getting down to this price range and stuff, for an actual screen, again, it's a loss leader for them. But overall, I think this is one of the best prices I've seen. All right, being a Mac channel, I'm not too much into this, although I have a gaming PC over there. So here we go. This is one of the better deals here. This is the AMD Ryzen 9 7900 X3D 12-core 24-thread CPU. $327 with Prime right now, 45% off, usually $599. So if you love to build your own computers, this is one of the better chips out there. 4.7 rating here. The Ryzen 9s are super fast, especially the 7900s. And all I can say is, how much is that off? 45% off. I mean, it's crazy. Over $200 something off that chip right now. Pull the trigger if you're thinking about building a PC on the Windows side. All right, the next one's got a small sale, but they don't usually put these on sale too often. So look over here. This is going to be the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 11-inch, 256 gigs on it. It's got Wi-Fi 7, Android AI tablet, Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor. So here it is. It's $850 right now, usually $919, 8% off. So what does that come out to? $69, almost $70 off, which again, Samsung doesn't usually have sales too much on these especially these type of devices. Their tablets, they don't go on sale too often. So not that it's a huge sale, but again, it's a very good device if you're not into the Apple ecosystem, and $850, you can't complain. Let's keep moving down the line. Now this next one's it's kind of hard for me to stomach because these things were cheap before, then they went way up in cost. Now they're coming a little bit back down, but it's still a sale. So here's the Samsung T7 portable SSD, 1 terabyte. So it's an external SSD drive. If you want to back everything up, speeds up to 10,050, although you'll probably get about 900 megabytes per second on this. It's 46% off, they're saying, down to $86.99. But still, $86.99 for 1 terabyte, I guess, things just went up. That's the bottom line. These used to be this cheap or cheaper, like maybe a year and a half ago, maybe somewhere in that range. But now they're actually gone way up. So $86 is a pretty good deal for a 1 terabyte Samsung. You get the quality of Samsung. Anyways, check it out. All right, so now we're going to have a couple of different monitors coming up here if you're either a PC or a Mac person. These will probably work with both of them. So here we go. Here's the first one here. This is the Samsung S8 monitor, and it's 13% off right now, $349, usually $399 right here. This is going to be a 27-inch 4K TV. It's got HDR10, 1 billion colors, built-in speakers, although I wouldn't use them. But you get the idea. If you want a pretty good view, it's called the Viewfinity S8. You could do your own research. Usually this is not this low, so $349.99 is a pretty good deal on this. But let's keep moving. We got a couple other ones. Here's the Dell. This is the S27 22QC 27-inch 4K. And I've talked about this a lot. This works really well on Mac and PC, especially Macs though. It's a good monitor. This one's 4K. It's only got 60 hertz. So you got to understand that that's going to be good enough for you. It's a USB-C monitor as well, but 3840 by 2160 and $249 right now. So it's usually $369. It's 32% off. So $249 right now for a 27-inch 4K monitor. That's pretty good with Macs and stuff like that. Always gets good ratings, and it's USB-C as well, which is really good. Obviously, I mean, you got to, obviously you have to like the way it looks and stuff like that. You guys can check it out. I'll have links to all this in the video description. But overall, this is one of the cheapest prices I've seen this exact monitor for, and it's not a bad deal there. We got a couple other ones. Here's the Dell S3423 DWC curved display, and I've talked about this in some of my other videos. It's a pretty good monitor also for Macs or PCs. 34 inches though. It's basically not going to be, it's going to be a WQHD, so that's going to be 3440 by 1440. So obviously you get the idea. It's not going to be like a full 4K, although it is one way but not the other way. Overall though, it's 100 hertz here, so it's going to be better than the 60 hertz. That's not a bad thing. 21:9 kind of ratio as far as the display size. Right now it's 24% off at $379, so usually about $500. And I've seen this a lot of times. If you're looking for a pretty big display, like a widescreen, you want to put a lot of content on at once, this is a good monitor for that. Like I said, both for PC and Macs, but $379 is one of the lowest costs I've seen on it. And you don't usually see 24% off on some of these Dell monitors, so that's a good deal as well. And we're going to wrap up the monitors with one last one here. Here's the LG 27 UK500. This is going to be a 27-inch ultra-fine monitor, so it's the ultra-fine line, and this is 3840 by 2160, so it's a 4K. It's got AMD FreeSync technology, 98% sRGB, color gamut, HDR10. So overall, it's going to be a very, it's your standard, monitor. But LG makes some good ultra-fine monitors, and they're usually not, it's an okay sale, I guess. 13% off, $299. It's down to $259.99. Again, one of the lower costs I've seen it. That's why I'm putting it on here. I do know that I can verify that these work really good with Macs and Windows PCs as well. Obviously, make sure your connection's right on them. But I mean, this is a good pre-Prime Day sale. I mean, maybe it'll go down more tomorrow or the next day, but I don't think so. I think these sales are going to stay here, and then I'm going to do a whole bunch of stuff in my video tomorrow on some of the better deals on everything else. All right, so now we got a couple cameras from Sony. Now, if you're like me and you do YouTube videos, or maybe you're a vlogger, or you take photography, these cameras are known in the industry to be very, very good for that, and they're not usually on sale too much. So let's take a look what we have here. Here's the Sony ZV-1F, basically ZV-1, basically. It's the vlog camera for content creators. So this camera is known for like vlogging yourself, or just, even YouTube videos. It's a great camera for that. And it's usually not 20% off right now. So usually $500, it's $398 right now. So that's a really good cost, really good price break for this camera. If you want like a camera, just a secondary camera, if you're doing YouTube stuff, or just a good photography camera as well, it does awesome video on the top of all that stuff. It does have kind of a fixed lens on it, which has a variable zooms and stuff. Make sure it's right for you. But I've never seen it. I think I've seen it in the 400s. I'm not sure I saw it like $398 ever. But anyways, it's a good, limited time deal. It says, and you're getting, almost, over $100 off and only a $500 camera, so you can't complain. But let's keep moving. So the next camera here is the camera I'm actually recording on right now, although I have a different lens on it. So it's a really good camera. This is the Sony Alpha ZV-E10. So basically, it's got an interchangeable lens on it, and I use kind of a Sigma lens on mine. But here it is right here, 13% off, $698 right now. Usually about $799, $698 with the kit lens. So this is coming with the kit lens. It's not the body only. It comes with an extra lens here. You can see it on here. You have to make sure it's right for you. It's a 3.5 to 5.6 lens, 16 to 50. And so you're not going to get super low light like I have here, but you're going to get a good photography lens, good video outside, and also if you have a lot of lighting, it's good as well. So overall, though, this is one of the best cameras for starting YouTube and stuff. You can get the interchangeable lenses, and the lenses usually make the biggest difference anyway. All right, so we got a couple of hard drives, whether they're good sales or not. And again, hard drives went way up. Now they're coming back down. Here's the first one. It's the Crucial P3 4 terabyte. 33% off right now, so it's $229.97. Usually they say $344, although I think it's usually in the high 200s. So it's $229 right now for 4 terabytes, up to 3,500 megabytes per second. So it's not going to be the fastest drive out there. It's a Gen 4. 3,500, but realistically, most people don't need that fast, or if it's going to be for storage or something, 4 terabytes for this cost is actually a really good deal here. Right, the next drive is kind of a unique drive where you don't see it too often. This is the Silicon Power 4TB XS70. It's an NVMe drive, PCI Gen 4 as well. This one's going to be quite a bit faster, 7,200 megabytes per second, and then 6,800 basically. So it's basically going to have DRAM cache as well, 60% off. So this is usually $309, and I've seen it way up there. Now it's $259 for a full 4 terabytes at 7,200 megabytes per second. With a drive like this, though, you got to make sure it's going to fit whatever you're putting it in, just because it's got this heatsink on it. So if you're using like an external, if you're a Mac user and you want to use it for external storage, you got to make sure it fits in here. You can probably remove that and stuff, but you got to make sure you cool correctly then. If you're a PC person, just make sure it fits in your case or a Windows PC. Anyways, that's a really good deal here. 4.6, rating on here. 3,000 people bought this one. And now the last one over here for hard drives, I believe, is this one right here. It's the Western Digital Black SN770. The reason I love to talk about this one is it's like on my channel. I've reviewed this on all my different enclosures. It's solid. It's lasted me for many years now. It's just a workhorse, and it's really fast. So it's 18% off right now, $159 down to $131. So if you're looking for like a drive that'll work on anything, trust me, this is perfect. The quality is really high here, 4.8 out of 5 as well. And this is going to be the 2 terabyte version for the SN770. So not that, again, these were cheaper before. Now they're coming back down, but still lately, this is one of the cheapest prices for 2 terabytes you can get on this. Whoops, I lied. There's actually one more SSD drive here. So here it is, the Lexar 2 terabyte NM790 SSD. This is a Gen 4 also. And we talk about this in the channel before, up to 7,400 megabytes per second as well. So it's a very fast one, 2 terabytes. 145.50, so down 23%, 189 usually. Again, these are the kind of drives, if you want external storage, they're going to fit because there's no heatsink built into them, and they work really well. This is a drive, like I said, I recommend also. I've used it before. Western Digital is probably a little bit ahead of that, I think. This one may come in slightly, if you like this name, get it. But I think head-to-head, this might be slightly better. But overall, that's one of the better costs lately. They've gone up, and they're coming back down. We got a couple sales on headphones now, and Sony doesn't usually put these headphones on such a big sale here. This is a little bit of a little bit older pair, but they're still great. So here's the Sony WH-CH520. These are wireless headphones with Bluetooth. $38 right now, so 37% off, usually $60. And these are just going to be a nice, if you're not like a huge audiophile, you just basically want a good wireless or Bluetooth headphones. And, for a good cost, limited time deal, almost half off. Well, not really, but $38 versus $60, 37% off right now. There's a couple different colors. You can get them in blue, which actually is really cool there. And this kind of other color, I don't know what that is, tan or something, and white. And these are all going to be $38 right now. Look at that blue color. That blue color is actually really cool. I might actually pick one of these things up right here. So anyways, for that much money, and it's Sony, and you're going to get that quality of it, not a bad thing at all. And let's just keep moving, though. I got a couple other deals. I actually have a pair of headphones sitting right here. And these are going to be the JLab Neon. And the Neon version is on sale right now. The blue aren't. I have the blue version exactly of this. But these are actually one of the best kind of budget headphones you can buy right now. They're $14.99, 25% off, usually $19.99. And you can see that the ratings are 4.4 out of 5 for a product that's only $15. And it has a built-in microphone. It says on your wire headphones. It has a microphone down here. You can see it right here. So I use these for phone calls and stuff from work and everything. They work phenomenal for that. Or if you have a kid or something, or you just want a burner thing when you're traveling, $15, and the sound's really good on these things. You're not going to be as good as the Sonys or as good as a $200 or $300 pair of headphones, but for the cost, I'm telling you, they're way better than you think, and they're actually made pretty well. All right, this next pair of headphones is actually kind of more retro. So if you like that style, these are kind of cool. And I've used these before, and they work really well. I've done a video way back in the day. So these are a little bit older. This is the Koss Porta Pro Utility on-ear headphones. They're down 20%, usually $50 down to $39.99. And you can see the design of these things. Look at these. So if you can imagine when you're walking around, they look like the old school headphones. See this guy walking with them? And you can see right here another picture of it. So it looks almost like the Walkman headphones. They're just a little bit different, but you can see the reviews, 4.2 out of 5. Now, they've been around for forever. This says 1984, for over 40 years, Porta Pro continues to be one of the most recognized headphones in the world. So since 1984. So it's just kind of a conversation piece, number one. They're also known to have really good sound for what they are. They're not going to be anything like, your old Walkman headphones as far as sound quality. They're a lot better. They're not going to be as good as on-ear or those other expensive headphones for sure. But around $40, these are kind of one of those kind of nostalgic things you can pick up. And I think it's actually a good deal because you don't usually see them at 20% off. And then we're going to have we're kind of wrap up the video. The last one here is going to be the TP-Link AX1800 Wi-Fi 6 extender. This is an internet booster, covers up to 1,500 square feet and 30 devices. Right now it's 20% off, usually $100, $79.99. So why would you pick something like this up? If you have a Wi-Fi router and you're not covering your entire house, this is going to be an extender. So you can pick this up and then actually extend throughout your house as far as, the location of where your Wi-Fi is going to reach. It's actually, I've used TP products before, and I've actually had a Wi-Fi extender from them, a much less expensive version of it, and it worked phenomenal. So this has got a 4.3 out of 5, 3,351 ratings. You can read through it, but I think this is actually a good deal on this. And if you're just, if you have bad Wi-Fi in other parts of your house, this is going to be something that would solve it for you. All right, so we're going to wrap up the video. Now, definitely check out my channel. I'm going to be doing a real Prime Day video soon, maybe probably tomorrow. I just wanted to kind of get a little head start on this. There's so many cool products out there. Let me know in the comments if you think any of these are good deals. And if you find good deals, definitely, post them in the comments. Maybe I'll add them to the video tomorrow. And we'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.